just going to do a quick review of my own Blackberry cider, Blackberry Storm cider, take 2. Found with the first batch, it was very tart. Didn't back sweeten, it got very dry and I didn't back sweeten it enough, and it was very tart and very sharp. So I let that aged, and then I've tried one again. It's still got that tartness to it. It's mellowed, but not enough. And the second batch I made, I back sweetened it a bit more, and I've just cracked it off camera. So I thought I'd do a review while I was here. Well carbonated, beautiful colour, crystal clear as you can see, absolutely crystal clear. Well carbonated, and this has come straight out of the shed. This is cold over here, so it's like a fridge. You definitely get the blackberry flavour with that cider. Very cook. You get quite a strong aroma of the blackberries come through, and you can smell the apples as well. But the blackberries are right up front. So let's dive in. Oh, that's lovely. I think next spring when I'm all day, I'm going to be in trouble. It's quite sweet front. I doubled the back sweetening on this. I used Splendor. I used Splendor this time. Well, next time I do it next year, I'm going to do what Harry does, which is boil some apple juice right down. I don't know how much he boils, to what volume he boils it to. I'll find out. But his was very drinkable. But this, as soon as you take it in the mouth, because it's carbonated, it's well carbonated, it's come up really nice. It lifts it, and then you get that sweetness. Straight away. Sweetness, the carbonation hits the tongue. Then you get that tartness, the blackberry tartness. It's not overpowering, because it's sweet as well. I think the other thing was the fruit of this one. I let it ripen. So as the fruit ripened, like in the freezer, and then I defrosted them all by the same time. Warmed them up with a bit of apple juice, mashed them all up, and threw them in a bucket. But yeah, that's and there is strawberry Ribena in this, but not a lot, not as much as I thought I was going to put in 2 litres. I didn't. I think I put in 1.5 litres of strawberry Ribena as well went into the mix. So you get a hint of that strawberry, what we call it, sharpness. But it's the blackberries just hit, because I did put quite a lot of blackberries in. Plays on the cheeks, plays on the inside of your cheeks, and then it mellows, and there's no, you can't taste the alcohol like you could with the other one, the other batch. You could taste the alcohol, and I did drink it. I've left something to. This is the first one out of that batch, and that was done. I think it was done a week before my accident, so it's like mid-September that was. So the fruit were probably riper when I picked them. Right at the end you get that cider strip. I found out that there's 5 grams of sugar in 100 grams of blackberries. So and it was about 6.5 kilos of blackberries in there in a 5 gallon batch. They come out to 23.5 litres. Well, the first fermentation, sorry, carbonated. Yeah, so blackberries come through again, apple. I'll tell you what, that's maybe by doing the back sweetening with the boiled apples, because that really was sweetening it, that would get up in the Koppenberg berry cider. Very similar in flavour, not in the sweetness level. But like, this is probably a medium. Or a sweeter side of medium rather than a sweet. So I'll be sending a few of these out, I think, with the old beer mills come spring for you to enjoy, lads. Going very, very clear. So yeah, quite happy with that. Well, quite happy, I'm really happy. So total cost of that, by the way, was I bought, it was shop bought apple juice, but I bought it by the, it was 2 litres, was on special price at the time. So it cost me like 16, 17 quid, if that, for the apple juice. The blackberries were free. And I think it was young cider, yeah, it was young cider's yeast that I actually, yeah, it was young cider yeast is what I used. Back sweetened it with normal sugar. Next year I might back sweeten it with a bit of Muscovado sugar. Give it some more toffee flavour, more like a toffee apple cider. So I'll prime it with that, and I think next time to give it that a bit of depth in the character of it. But I'm well chuffed. So I'll be sending a few out in the spring. So cheers, and here's to the next review.